What's happening, Miami fans? And welcome to a special episode, another episode of the Fins Tailgate morning edition. Trying to squeeze this in. I meant to put this in last night, but got too late, got too tired. So we're gonna do it here early in the morning. I am your host, Chris Adams, El Capitan, and this is the Dolphins review of the win on Sunday against the Panthers. So I've got some notes here, bunch of them. I can't figure out how to do the computer too well, so it's easier for me to write stuff down. So that's how I'm going to do it for now. I'm sure as time goes on, I'll get better at all this nonsense. But guys, please, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, shoot me a comment. I want to hear it from everybody. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter or Twitch, Twitch, please, guys, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, help a brother out. If you do subscribe and you want to catch these live videos, please hit the notification bell. And then when you hit the notification bell, you got to put it to all and put it in. I'm going to be putting out live videos. Some of them I'll be just recording and releasing, but as often as I can, I'm going to be putting in live. So, because it's just easier for me to do it live, get it done, and have it go everywhere rather than doing it, recording it, downloading it, and then putting it all over the place. It's just too complicated for me. When it comes to technology, I am a simpleton, and I'll be the first to admit it. It's not that fun, guys. But I love this. I love talking to you people. I love talking to Miami fans. I love talking to all fans. I've got you know, I've got love for people who got love. You know what I'm saying? When you have something you're passionate about and it correlates with sports that I'm passionate about, I want to meet you guys. I want to talk to you guys and stuff like that. So please, guys, subscribe, holler at your boy and stuff like that. Real quick, though, before we get going, as you guys know, anyone who is following or has been following, I every week I give away cards. And this week, in last episode, I told you guys I got a couple of decent cards for the game we're coming up against the Giants. I got us a nice Michael Strahan card that I'll be giving away this week, and a Phil Simms card I'm giving away this week. And I'll put it in the scroll in the bottom what it takes to get it. And I'll go over the cards more in the Giants Dolphins preview episode. I actually plan on releasing it like one or two more episodes today. So guys, keep your eyes out for it. I got to get Brandon the bookie back on here. We got to go over our picks. We got to go over our bets. Brandon cleaned up, and I'll let him tell you about it. Also, I'm going to be having a buddy of mine, my best friend, grew up with him. Some people may know him as Tonk. He's a rapper. He lives over in the West Coast. So you guys should have a great time meeting him. When him and I get together, dude, it's 90% of it's laughing. And so you guys should have a lot of fun watching that. But so let's get to it. I'm going to go over the game, quarter by quarter. I got some good little gems, some little nuggets for you guys, some statistics. And I'll try to keep this short and sweet because, by this point, you guys know the Dolphins won. So I'm just going to try to give a quick overview of the game, run it down, and, get out of here. And tonight we'll be doing Brandon the bookie and picking some games and all kinds of good stuff like that. So, all right, guys. If you guys caught my last episode, my instant reaction episode after the game, you would know that I missed like the very first series of the game. I missed the Dolphins possession. And my TV didn't have the game on, internet, all the crap. So I had to run over to the bowling alley next to my house, and I made it just in time for that block punt. So first quarter, Dolphins get the ball. They start at the 25-yard line. They get downfield. They get all the way out to Carol. They drive. They do good driving all the way down. They get in to the 30-yard line, Carolina 29-yard line, and then Tua takes a nasty sack fumble. Brian Burns just blows up Jesse Davis. And I think a lot of us Dolphin fans are starting to question Jesse Davis, who's got, you know, who's in Jesse Davis's pockets, bud. You're gonna get this kid killed. Don't freak, Jesse. I I don't know what you're doing, bud. I know you playing injured with that hurt knee, and I try to cut you as much slack as possible. But if you get Tua injured, you're gonna have. I mean, people are gonna be out for blood, bro. Don't get the kid injured. We love Tua. We want to keep him around. We want to watch him play. So anyhow, it was a nasty, nasty fumble. Puts us, back, where we punt, and we punt the ball and pin them all the way down to the 5-yard line. They get a little bit here, a little there, and next thing you know, they're punting from inside their end zone. And this is right when I strolled into the bowling alley, guys, and we blocked that punt and get a touchdown at it. And if you guys catch me over at Go Time Dolphins with my boys Charlie Touche and Kadeem and I were on at his show, and we were talking about how special teams is probably going to be a big pickup this week. And man, were we right? Special teams got the first touchdown. It's amazing. So then, we kick the ball off. They get the ball and they take first series. And, you know, it's weird because we've been seeing this team take that first drive and get a touchdown. And that's not what happened. But the defense and special teams made it happen. So, but then the next drive, Carolina gets the ball and Cam Newton makes a freaking hell of a throw, dude. And I got to hand it to the guy. He's still got all that arm strength. And when you give him time and you got a guy like DJ Moore that's got speed and got wheels, he caught a monster 64-yard pass. It was good. It was a great pass and a great run after catch. And then they get within goal line and Cam does his whole 1-yard run. And then we all got to see him. He's Superman. And I think right then and there, Dolphins fans were like, oh, no, God, please don't let it be like this. And then we get the ball. We're at the 25. We drive, up for a little bit. On 3rd and 3, Tua gets sacked. So then we got a punt. So then we punt. They're down at the 9-yard line. They get out, what is it? They get out to their 40, and Cam throws a bit of a bad ball, and Javon Holland, Defensive Player of the Year? I don't know. I mean, Buddy is looking great. I think we, as Dolphin fans, we want to see Defensive Player, Rookie of the Year, and for Javon Holland and Jalen Phillips candidates, because both these kids are turning it up late in the season when it matters the most. Right around the time when, the rookies are hitting their rookie wall, these guys don't seem to be. They seem to be kind of, trending upward. Now, hopefully this continues. So, after that interception, that was pretty much the end of the first quarter. There's a three play drive, 9-yard throw to Tua, or from Tua to Waddle for a touchdown. At this point, guys, we're up 14-7, and Dolphins are looking pretty good. The defense is showing up real good. We're real proud of the boys at this point. We're thinking, all right. So, and then after that, kick the ball off. They're at their 13-yard line. They go -5 yards. Cam throws an interception trying to target DJ Moore, and X-Men jumps the route. He brings it back a little bit. Now we're at the 9-yard line. Now we're looking pretty decent, guys, because then we get, we're at the 27-yard line. Let's see what we got here, guys. We bring it back to the 9, and then the next drive that the Dolphins have from the 27, we go six plays, 73 yards, all the way down, get within the goal line. Myles Gaskin picks up his first rushing touchdown of the day, and which he had 2 on the day, which is amazing. Myles Gaskin's turning it up. He's one heck of a dual threat guy, as we know, Dolphins fans. Then we kick the ball off, and they take it out from the 25, and they just get eaten up by penalties. Actually get -5 yards on that drive, have to punt the ball. And then we're out at our next possession. We're at the 32-yard line. We drive down the field. It looks like to us, we're taking timeouts. We're trying to get more points on the board before the end of the half. And then Austin Reeder does that embarrassing. Tua's over here trying to change the play, and he just hikes the ball. Tua's like, guys, what an ugly play that was. I mean, we're talking, it went way far back there, completely ruined the entire deal. Carolina recovers, and they're at midfield. And they end up driving right before the half and pick up 3 points. So now we're sitting at halftime, and it's 21-10, and we're thinking, it should be 21-3, or maybe even the Dolphins 24-3. But here we are letting them hang around. And as Dolphins fans, we're all got some kind of impending doom because we should be putting these guys away, and we're letting them hang around with accidents like that. And it cost Austin Reeder his starting job. They brought in Cameron Tom, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I didn't see a bad snap once Cameron Tom got in there. And we've had the musical chairs of centers all friggin' year, with Michael Dieter and Austin Reeder and Michael Dieter, Austin Reeder. Well, I'm going to make a rap song about that. And then now Michael Dieter, Austin Reeder, bring me in Cameron Tom. So Cameron Tom came in there. Thank you, Cameron Tom. You're looking good. Everybody was real high on the guy. I don't understand why it took this long to get him. So now we're it's halftime. We come out. They get the ball at half. They come from their 25-yard line. They go 7 plays, 24 yards, go nowhere. End up having to punt from that. It goes through the end zone. They go nowhere. So then we get the ball. We're at the 20-yard line. Miami Dolphins goes 13 plays, 80 yards for another Myles Gaskin touchdown, which it was his second on the day. Myles Gaskin, the run game. And I got to give some love to the O-line. And I know that, it's pretty much almost set in stone when the Dolphins play that, we will have at least one immensely blown up play from Jesse Davis and another one from Austin Jackson. So anyhow, on that touchdown, Jason Sanders ends up missing the extra point. And I don't know what's going on with him, but he's gotta get it together. We love him, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about Jason Sanders, to be honest with you. But him missing extra points, that's going to be costly in some of these games. We know how this works, guys. But he's still drilling them when we need him to make those field goals. So that was pretty much the end of the third quarter. Dolphins are up 30-10. We're feeling good. We're like, hey guys, we're up 20 points. Carolina hasn't been able to do nothing. So now it's the fourth quarter, and they got the ball. And guys, this is when Cam got taken out. And I've got Cam's numbers. I'll give it to you guys at the end of the video. But they bring out PJ Walker. And I was talking to Kadeem Simmons during the whole game, and he told me that PJ Walker's like an XFL guy or a European football guy or something. And good for him, but his first play of his first NFL thing was a sack, and Agba just blew him up. And poor kid, geez, he's got to come in here and relieve a team that seems to have everything going wrong for him, and then he gets just destroyed by Agba. And then after that, he throws the third interception they have on the day to Nick Needham. And we're all like, bam, 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 bam. We're all feeling good about everything. So then we're at the 37-yard line. We drive. We didn't get, a bunch of points after that. We ended up getting a field goal. But what I liked about once we got that interception from that Nick Needham got is that we ran 10 plays for 23 yards gained, bled off 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. It was actually 5 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock. And this is when we got to really see Philip Lindsay. And Philip Lindsay there's a reason why all us Dolphin fans really wanted Chris Greer to pick him up. He's a pretty good football player. And the guy is physical, man. And you know what? That big bomb that Tua had to Waddle earlier in the game, for I think it was like a 50 something yard pickup. If you guys go back and watch that film, it was Lindsey that literally picked up a massive block. I think it was Riddick or Burns that was coming off the edge, and he just stood him up, and Tua had that extra half a second to just drill that ball down there. So after we get there on that drive, and that was an amazing drive, that 10 plays, 23 yards, and all that stuff, because during that drive, we got to see Durham Smythe used in a little bit of a different of a role. He picked up a 4th and 1, which was crucial. And then he also picked up a 2nd and 1 doing the same thing, taking a direct snap, running it up the middle. I love the play. It's an amazing play, and it's great, guys. And I said this on the last episode. It's a real great play to put on tape, because now when he's moving back and forth and stuff like that, they're really going to have to watch, and they're going to be like, oh, watch out for that trick play. You just give the defense too much to think about, put too much on their plate. Now they're seeing motions and stuff, and it's hard to defend. It's hard to be on defense and try to guess what the offense is going to do. And you might be guessing right, or you might be guessing wrong. And if you're paying attention to the film, that's what they want. They want you studying film, because then they're going to catch you slipping. You're like, oh, he's a good football player. He knows that direct snap's coming. Well, that's how football works, guys. So then after that, we make a field goal. It's 33-10. And they get the ball back at the 25-yard line, and PJ Walker comes out there again, and this poor kid, he got just beat up on this. I mean, Jalen Phillips, who had 3 sacks and 3 tackles for loss on the day. I mean, he literally, that game, turned himself into a potential defensive rookie of the year candidate because of how well he's played. And we're finally seeing the Dolphins use this kid correctly, not having him trying to stand up, having him get upfield, play what we've seen him play as Miami fans. We've seen him, for the Canes, do just get upfield, use your speed, strength, and size. The kid's a freaking mountain. And if he's that quick, it's just amazing to see. And then also Christian Wilkins and him, they accredited Christian Wilkins with the sack. I think in some ways that sack should have went to, Phillips, but I'll take the sack either way. Phillips pretty much cleaned it up. And, what's funny is that it was like that close, guys, to getting the safety. And man, oh man, it was off the rails for them. Obviously, they had their backup quarterback in there, but could you imagine if they got a safety too? What a just a beat down that would have been. And that was pretty much it, guys. Miami got the ball back and ran the clock down, and that was it. I'm going to go over a little bit of the team statistics, couple of the player statistics. And this is key, guys, because, these are the kind of numbers we want to see from this team. And when there's a couple correlations here that, with time of possession and the turnover battle, if you win those 2 things, you should win the game, unless it's, well, I don't know, unless somebody like it's going to run and rushing for 200 yards and Derrick Henry on the team or what have you, then you got a problem. So Miami was 6 of 17 on 3rd down, which isn't so great. They had 72 plays on offense, which is really good. That shows a real control of the game. They only had 315 total yards, but, Tua looked good. Tua was what he's been being for a long time now, guys. He was 27 of 31, and that's why we loved Tua. That's why we wanted Tua on this team. He's very consistent in his accuracy and his ability, and that lefty can just zip him in there. Meanwhile, Carolina was 4 of 14 on 3rd down. They had only 54 total plays, and their offense we held their offense to under 200 yards, guys, which is amazing. They had 198 yards. Cam was 5 of 21 for only 92 yards. And then PJ Walker, was 5 of 10 for 87 yards. Cam had 2 interceptions. PJ Walker had 1. I don't know if Carolina plans on making a quarterback change, But if they just went off the numbers from the game the Dolphins beat him in, they might want to give, this PJ Walker guy a chance because although Cam is Superman and he's a great running quarterback, I mean, listen, dude, when you throw the ball 21 times and only get 5 completions, yeah, great. You got a bomb. And, pretty much all of the yards he got in the whole game, 63 of them were on one friggin' throw. And that's just ugly, dude. I mean, if I was a Carolina fan, I would be hating life right now because I don't see how that team is going to win because Christian McCaffrey got hurt and Cam Newton is not a great throwing quarterback. He's more of like a dual threat kind of quarterback. And now that he's not super speedy anymore, he's lost that extra step. It's going to be a hard thing for those guys. But no love lost, man. I don't have to worry about being a Carolina fan. I got a hard enough life. So if you guys caught my episode for the keys to victory, a big key to victory was containing Christian McCaffrey. And guys, I'm telling you, he only had 35 yards rushing, no catches, and no touchdowns. And I'll tell you what, guys, I found a stat that Christian McCaffrey, that was his first game ever where he didn't have at least one reception. I mean, bravo defense, guys. Bravo. We needed to contain him, and we did. So much so, he ended up getting an ankle injury. I believe he's on IR right now. Not that we wanted to hurt him. I hope he gets better. But I mean, listen, that defeat from the Dolphins has all but derailed their entire season. So penalties on the teams were, Dolphins were pretty clean. We got 5 penalties for 35 yards. So they weren't like big, costly penalties. When you see 5 penalties and it's 35 yards, it's usually, just false starts and stuff like that, maybe a hold or something. But there's no like big defensive penalties where, it would be 5 penalties and 75 yards because Cam threw the ball and it was a holding penalty on a DB. Those are the ones that kill us. Meanwhile, Carolina had 7 penalties for 61 yards. And I know a lot of those came on offense, and they were a lot of drive killers. And we know what that feels like. We've seen plenty of that early in the season. The rushing yards for the Dolphins, we ran for over 100 yards. It was actually 111 yards. Myles Gaskin had 49 yards and 2 touchdowns. Phillip Lindsay had 42 yards. Salvon Ahmed had 17. Darren Smythe had, a couple yards, like 5 yards or 4 yards, whatever it was, to round out the whole number. I got to say, guys, I love the trio of running backs we got right now. They're all kind of the same back with Myles Gaskin, Phillip Lindsay, and Salvon Ahmed. But it's like, it's the exact back we want. We want that scat back. And I like that kind of back personally because there's only 2 ways for backs for me. You can have a good scat back that can do everything and then has like one elite trait about him. Like Salvon Ahmed can do pretty much everything, but he's a lesser of a blocker, but more of a speed guy. And if you get him on the outside, Phillip Lindsay, who's super physical and run between the tackles, he's a great blocker. I don't know how his hands are. I would imagine if there was something that he had to have less, then it'd be the hands. And then Myles Gaskin, we already know Myles Gaskin's freaking 40 acres and a Hellcat. Kid's amazing. He's really good. We won the turnover battle. Like I said, they threw 3 interceptions. We did have that one bad fumble. They accredited that to Austin Rader because, it was his fault, which is good because it doesn't hurt too as much. I don't know though. I think for whatever reason, when there's a bad snap, I think they give both players the fumble. So we'll see. I haven't checked that stat out. But I do have some pretty good little nuggets that I found about the game. And some of them I heard on other podcasts. And I give credit where credit's due. I heard this on the same old Dolphins show on the Dolphins Talk radio network. If you guys don't know Dolphins Talk and you're watching me, I don't know how that's possible because anyone who's a good Dolphins fan probably found Dolphins Talk way before they found me. And the guys over at Dolphins Talk, Josh and his brother, the Brain, he said that, Cam Newton had a 5.8 QBR, and that is the lowest ever by an ex-MVP. And I said this last show. What a far cry for Cam from being an MVP, potentially a Super Bowl winning MVP in that Super Bowl they lost to this. And I don't want to say, Cam, it's time for you to hang it up, because if I were you, I would stay in the NFL as long as they're willing to pay me money. That's what I would do. I'd be taking those big bucks till I can. And he obviously loves football, and he's a hell of a football player. And I'm not going to sit here and, toot his horn, but he's a good guy. I see him out there. He's very philanthropy. He loves the fans, and that's what I love most about football is these guys who are superheroes to some kids. They reach out, and it's just a nice thing. But also, Tua has an 87.1 completion percentage. It's the highest in that game. He had an 87.1 completion percentage. It's the highest in Miami for a QB with when we have 30 plus passes in a game. Also, guys, we are 18-0 at home when we score at least 30 plus points. So let's make that a thing, Dolphins. If we're at home, we should set the bar at 30 points because we should win all those games. Make that happen, guys. I know it's easier said than done. It's 30 points, though, right? Tua has 30 plus passes in 5 of his last 6 games. And that's a good thing because, we heard a lot about how Tua, he's weak. He's that arm strength, thank goodness that he's out here proving people wrong. He's chucking the ball 30 plus times a game. He's doing great, guys. We love him. And then also Waddle is the first rookie wide receiver for the Dolphins since 1970 to have 100 yards and a touchdown in the first half of a game. Jalen Waddle, guys, once again, he put himself in potential contention for a discussion for offensive rookie of the year. And that's what we want, guys, as Dolphin fans, outside of winning a Super Bowl, getting in the playoffs. We want to be relevant. We want people to fear the Dolphins. We want them to go, oh, damn, man, I'm playing the Dolphins, dude. I'm going to get beat up by the Dolphins. For far too long, we have been just the team that people, when they're making their schedule, they were like, oh, Dolphins, that's a win. That's a loss. Dolphins, we're going to win that Dolphins game. That pisses us off. So, also, Carolina is 0-17 when they allow 22 points. So, Carolina, get your stuff together, guys. Glad you didn't get it together during the Dolphins game. And then I got one last little tidbit I found. And I found this on Facebook, guys, on a group chat, and it's on the official Miami Dolphins fan group. If you guys aren't following them on Facebook, you should. They're pretty decent. There's a lot of good ones on there. There's Miami Zone. There's tons of great groups on Facebook. So if you guys are on Facebook, check them out. But this is a pretty good post I found. I haven't checked on it, but it sounds pretty legit. So I figured I'd let you guys know. But that Panthers game makes it 16 games for Tua, which technically would be, like a full season. And they wrote down his yards and his deal. He's got 524 attempts with 351 of them being completed. That gives him a 67% completion percentage. He's got 3,515 yards, 21 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions, and he also has 6 rushing touchdowns with a passer rating of 90.5, and the record is 9-7. I don't know what else people want. That's exactly, for a rookie quarterback, those are stellar numbers, especially when you put the context of where and what this team is and was when we got him. A young, rebuilding team that has blown up their franchise. And I know, guys, in some ways, I wouldn't be upset if we got Deshaun Watson because I think he's an elite quarterback. And I'll talk more about this on another episode, but my heart and what and who I want is Tua. We all did. We were screaming tank for Tua. And yeah, he got injured. And, because he got injured, he fell to us in the draft. And that made us happy. We're like, well, listen, we got him. I can't even believe that we didn't have to move up to get him. So I hope this team sticks to the path. I hope Well, guys, I hope we win out, obviously. I hope we win out. I hope we find a way into the playoffs. And I'll tell you what, nobody's going to want to see these Dolphins come playoff time because if we're playing the way we are now, we're going to beat that ass, boy. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to come on here real quick, give you some statistics before I go. I know I didn't change the thingy down here. It says Kerry Collins and Dan Marino card, which I still do have them. They're scrolling at the bottom, but I'll go over it a little more. I'll fix it up. I got a Michael Strahan card, guys. And I got a Phil Simms card. These cards are in mint condition. I've had all of these cards, I don't know, my whole life. Whenever I got them and bought them, I've kept them. I've never sold any of my cards, none of them. And although I plan to sell some here directly, hopefully to put back into this and grow this and have more of it, I have some I'm willing to give away, guys. So if you guys know a Giants fan, tell them to come check the show out. If they do what I need them to do, show me some love. I'll show them some love. More than happy to give some of these cards away. Not giving a lot, but I want to give some. That's probably, I don't know. I just figured it was a good idea. My guys over at Go Time Dolphins said I should do it. So it's actually a pretty good idea. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. And keep an eye out. I'll be dropping another episode live tonight, later in the night, probably around 9:30 Eastern time. I'll be bringing on either Brandon the bookie first. We'll go over his bets. We'll go over our picks. I did okay. I did some big whiffs. But Brandon, the bookie, he won some good money. And also Tonk. Keep your eyes out for Tonk. You guys will like him. He's my best friend. He's godfather to my kids. I love him, and you guys will love him too. So till next time, guys, I'll see you guys later today, hopefully. And thank you. God bless.